play an old favourite of mine today, Scramble. Came out way back in 1981, so it's one of the earlier arcade games. Doesn't have a continue, so you don't have a choice. You can play it on only 1 credit. So let's load it up and give it a whirl. So there's 5 stages to this game. I used to only ever be able to get to stage 2. I played this a lot because there wasn't a great deal of selection back then. I loved this game, but could only ever reach stage 2. Did eventually get a little bit further, I believe. I managed to make it to the final level. Although if you don't have a good joystick on the machine, it makes it really, really difficult. Plus, obviously I'll be playing this at a slight angle, which also makes it a little bit more difficult, but we'll see how we get on. So let's plonk a credit in and give it a go. So 2 buttons, 1 fire and 1 for a bomb. So the first level starts off quite easy. You're above ground, just going over the mountains. Now the aim of the game is to get fuel by blowing up the fuel, and that really makes sense, isn't it? Blow up fuel to get fuel. Because if you don't get fuel, as you'll see, the fuel gauge at the bottom will gradually drain, and obviously no fuel means you crash. Comes the second level. It used to be my nemesis. Not to say it won't be now. Always amazes me how these flying saucers manage to evade your fire, even though, as you can see, I've got constant fire going on. But the rockets won't come at you, so you're safe to drop down low if you need to. But of course you need to make sure you keep getting fuel. No fuel, no fire. So 3rd stage. Basically we've just got comets coming at us now, so my tip for this, stay low. Just go up when you need to. You don't need to fire at the comets because they cannot be destroyed. Just make sure you've got enough fuel. So 4th stage, now the rockets will start launching again, so you have to be careful because you've got a lot less room. So very similar to stage 1, just that you're actually cramped at the top of the screen, so the rockets are a lot closer to you. Section. This is the maze. This is where it gets really hard if you've not got a good joystick. But you need to go in a direct straight line, obviously, to avoid the maze. And with not a good joystick, you can end up going down or up at the same time. And of course, that means you crash, which is what used to happen to me all the time, especially on this bit. If we can get through here. Oh, it wasn't down far enough. It means we have to start the level again. So I might be slightly in front of the camera now just to get a better angle to try not to hit the walls. Hopefully we're there now. Yep, we're out. So it's just the base to get now. You can drop down low, bomb the base, come up. It doesn't matter if you crash after that, because in later levels your fuel will actually run out and you'll crash after you've bombed the base. As long as you've bombed the base, you don't lose a life. So what we do now is just go round again. It's the same thing, but it's slightly harder. So I think this first time, the first time round, it's just that the fuel will run out quicker. So you've got to make sure you get the fuel. And then on later times round, funny things start to happen with the rockets. I don't know whether it's deliberate or a mistake, but if I get there, we'll see. So back to stage 2 again. Keep firing like mad at these flying saucers, and still they actually managed to evade my fire. You can only fire 2 bombs at a time, by the way, which is why you don't see me firing loads of bombs. So that makes it harder to get the fuel that you need. Not too much different with the comet stage. I just find that maybe a few of them come at you a bit lower than they did on the first time round. So back onto stage 4. Now if I get round another time, rather than the rockets just launching at you, they're doing it now, look. Some of them actually almost jump to the right. They do jump to the right, which is bizarre. So I don't know if that's a bug in the game or if that's just to make it more difficult. So if you've got the answer to that one, put something in the comments. Yeah, so you see, some of them jump, which means they're actually jumping into a wall. But it doesn't happen on the first time round. So it makes me think they've done it deliberately, just to make it a little bit more tricky, but I find it's a little bit weird that rockets jump to the right. As you see, I did actually slightly move down there, but you've got to be precise with forwards, otherwise that slight bit off and it will go up or down. You really don't want. You can slightly go into the wall, as you saw. You can get away with it. Come down, get the base. That's 2 times round. So a 3rd time round now, the fuel really does start to go down quickly. It's all about getting fuel now. When I do get, if I do get to the end, you'll see that I will actually run out of fuel as I bomb the base. It's that from now, so you've got to have a full tank as you reach the maze. I'm sure there are people that can play this game for hours without ending, because of the fact that it's just repetitive. But for 1981, I mean, this is at the times when Donkey Kong came out, which only had 4 static screens. This was scrolling 5 screens, so pretty advanced for its time, I think. Now, the comets do sometimes get a bit harder to dodge, and you may have to go up a little bit to avoid them, like that. As you see, I'm starting to run out of fuel. Hopefully, I can just concentrate on fuel. I have no bombs there to fire. So 4th stage. Now we'll probably see a lot more rockets jumping like that. So you see, it nearly got me because it jumped. So that's why I think it's deliberate. But it just looks a bit weird. should have a full tank by the time you get to the last available fuel. So that's the last fuel that's available now. Just keep an eye on the fuel gauge and see how quickly it goes down. So running out of fuel, here comes the base, down, get the base is gone, I'm out of fuel. And now it just gets even quicker, so the fuel will just disappear. So I think really, the only major difference is the fact that your fuel decreases a lot quicker. And of course, on stage 4, rockets, they jump more and more the later you get into the game. But they don't seem to jump, I don't think, on this stage. Maybe I'm wrong, maybe they do. We'll see in a minute. No, I'm sure they don't. Doing too bad. So as you can see, difficulty level wise, it's not greatly different, but yes, you may get a few lower comets. Probably more jumping rockets now. That was very lucky. Sometimes the jumping rockets actually help you because you're in their way when they rise, or when they go to rise, and then they jump to the right, which gets them out of your way. Yeah, still a debate in mine. Is it deliberate, or is it a bug? Get me. I just start making silly mistakes once we get to the later stages. Should really get past that and it should be no difference. I really don't see any difference in the difficulty, which is why I think, I'm sure there are some players that can probably just go round and round and round. Maybe there's a kill screen on this, I don't know. I've never seen it advertising that there is a kill screen, but it wouldn't surprise me if there is. So it would probably take quite a long time to reach. Because theoretically that would mean it would have to be level 256, which is I'm only on level 4, it would take a heck of a long time. Again, as you see, no fuel. So on to level 5. Eagle eyes out there, you may even think, well, that fuel isn't going down any faster now, which it may not be, which means this may be as difficult as it actually gets. Again, if you know, put something in the comments. $100,000, I'm happy with 100,000, that'll do me. And I'm, caught out by the comments. Yeah, not a bad game. So that's Scramble. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you all again soon.